Hello. Today we would like to present our team solution to the Zurich Risk Challenge Bicker AG case. First, we will talk about the market selection using the given information and additional current data. We will also address the risk development over the past 7 years, suggest some risk mitigation strategies that should be considered for the top countries, and finally talk about some additional areas of concern and a potential market to enter. Using the 2007 data from the Zurich Risk Room for the 7 potential countries under consideration by Bickers, we identified that Uruguay, Mexico, and Brazil had the lowest overall risk factors. In 2014, these 3 countries remained on top of the list. In contrast, Argentina lost 2 positions. Both Colombia and Ecuador gained 1 position, while Venezuela remained at the bottom.
In order to do a further analysis, we compared the 3 chosen economies versus the average of every risk in Latin American countries. With this analysis, we got that there are 7 risks above the average in Mexico, 8 in Brazil, and that almost all Uruguay risk levels are lower than the rest of the zone, except for 1. The details of the analysis will be shown later.
Uruguay has the agreement on encouragement and reciprocal protection of investments with Netherlands. The Uruguayan tax regime grants various tax benefits to promote investment growth in the country, such as income exemptions for up to 40% of the invested amount. Uruguay's retail market is mainly integrated by Grupo Disco, Tata, and Tienda Inglesa, leading to a Herfindahl index of 3,250. The biggest risks we identify in Uruguay are income inequality and crime. The Economic Partnership, Political Coordination and Cooperation Agreement established a free trade area between the European Union and Mexico. Mexico has at least 22 different tax incentives for foreign investments, such as tax reduction. The retail market in Mexico is mainly dominated by Walmart, and its Herfindahl index is 2,860. The most important risks in Mexico are organized crime and burden of government regulation. Brazil has the Dutch-Brazilian Chamber of Commerce, the Economic and Social Development Council, and Social and Economic Council to enhance the commercial interchange between parties. Regarding tax benefits, corporate taxpayers in Brazil may apply a percentage of their income on deposit for reinvestment. Income tax exemption or reduction are also available for companies set up in specified regions. The Brazilian retail market is mainly composed by Companhia Brasileira, Carrefour, and Walmart, leading to a Herfindahl index of 2,144. The highest risk we found in Brazil are income inequality and burden of government regulation.
Using the value for each one of the 20 risk factors in 2007 and 2014, we computed a regression aiming at finding those risk factors that contribute the most to the ZRR index. With this data, we constructed an equation that was used to evaluate other countries not included in the case tables, such as Chile. We validated the results from the regression by looking at the effects on the risk floor that resulted from variations in the main risk factors. We then collected yearly information from 2007 through 2014 in order to see the risk trends in each one of the top 3 countries. By looking at these trends, we can see some interesting information. Rising food price demands some particular attention in Mexico and Brazil. Corruption has a marked increasing slope in Mexico. The business cycle indicator has had ups and downs, as well as the extent of market dominance.
Once we got the risks that affect the most, the 3 selected economies, we did a brainstorm to mitigate them. In the following slides is the result of this. Our opinion is that the company should stay focused in the ones that could be managed internally, and if necessary, get more experienced help for the ones related to the government and chambers. We consider that in any case, the company should develop strategic partnerships with local suppliers, use differentiation strategy, and market segmentation. The company should not be worried about the corruption, crime, and organized crime circumstances. We believe that there are several ways to mitigate that problem, like defining an ethics code for a company, designing appropriate strategies for the country, locating stores in less conflicted zones, placing CCTV at stores, and training programs for the employees.
The areas of concern in the three selected countries in Chile or additional suggested country show important aspects that must be considered. For example, the investment attractiveness of Chile, Uruguay's low market saturation. Chile has a top score in the time pressure to emerge. Uruguay shows a high per capita growth and GDP per capita. In addition to market analysis, it is important to consider telecommunications, the political process of elections, and the cost of labor that different countries have. Considering the CRR, the saturation in the retail market, and the population of each country, we can see that Uruguay has high potential retail market expansion. Although Chile has more population, its market is saturated. Our recommendation for Bicker's expansion are these four countries. Brazil and Mexico are the largest market in the region, while Uruguay and Chile are the safest ones to invest.